Hey guys, it's me, Aiden. By the time I upload this video, it may be the day I made this that I just did my her reaction, even though it may not be out yet. But I just want to rant a little bit, which is something I quite enjoy doing, but all my rants never happen on camera. um, something that is kind of like bothered me is about Block B. Like I said, Block B is my ultimate vice group, and a lot of things lately I've been seeing like a lot of things about how people are sick of Block B doing the whole crime scene type thing with the kidnapping, the stealing, the bank robbery. And then what they thought for the her comeback was supposed to be the stalking for like objectifying women, like stalking them and stuff. And my issue is, first of all, there's a whole lot of people in the K-pop fandom who's been in the K-pop fandom for a while, and to this day will still say stuff about how, like blackface or stuff like that, just things in general about a video or whatever, and they're like, they come right out and they're ready to attack it. And I'm trying to talk fast because my computer is on 19%, so trying to speed it up. But people will come out and say stuff about like how, oh my gosh, I can't believe they were doing that, or like the whole blackface thing, like about G-Dragon. Which, first of all, just to just to nip this in the bud right now, is the blackface in G-Dragon's coup d'etat video has nothing to do with racism, okay? There's more to it. If you sit there and look at a video and try to figure out why things are the way they are, what's going on in the video, there's a lot of symbolism and K-pop MVs. And people are always so ready to jump here and there about something without actually trying to figure out. They're so ready to do things completely left or completely right of things without trying to like rationalize something. Like, maybe there's more to this. I am going to talk about this whole thing about symbolism in K-pop videos, specifically symbolism in Block B videos, just because something was bothering me about how people are saying how they're tired of all these type of concepts going on. I'm like, first of all, understand why someone uses a concept. Typical K-pop concepts involved the whole stalking girls and stuff, you know, like the GOT7A video or BTS Boys in Love video, stuff like that. That just involve people doing like stalking women, which is creepy. Videos like that involve like, girl, come here, let me be your man, you can be my girl, I'm gonna rock your world, stuff like that. And a lot of typical MVs involve that. But Block B is not one of those groups, first of all, to do a type of concept like that. And actually, if they ever did a concept like that, I would be quite surprised. People who've been running with Block B for a while should know by now that they're a group that kind of aims for being different and not trying to really change who they are. They're not really someone to be up there with doing everything else that everybody else is doing. They always aim for something different, which is why they're my ultimate vice group. We get to the subject. I made a video about symbolism in Block B's videos having to do with a lot of the issues in Stardom. And my 7:30 video really tried to point that out. So please go back and watch that. I know I look like a hot mess, but it was night. And you know what? At the end of the day, I was still fly. So I'm just gonna have to reiterate this. Block B is not just kidnapping people to be kidnapping people. And I said I would make a video about what the symbolism of Jackpot meant. With Jackpot, because I said I would talk about it, with Jackpot's MV, it's not just about a girl being kidnapped, okay? It's symbolism. And like I said, I talked about this in the 7:30 video about how their videos and songs link together, from Nali Na to Nilali Mambo to Very Good and to Jackpot, and them all being related to issues with Stardom. And Very Good is the most symbolic video ever. Jackpot symbolizes Block B's freedom from Stardom. They are not just kidnapping a girl, and I will get to it. The song is about how they're on their way to be like successful, and they're living their dreams that they had, and then what it's going to be like when they get there, now that they're going to get, you know, what they deserve, or they feel that they're going to get what they deserve from their new company that they're with, and how their future looks promising. It's basically how what Jackpot about. The MV is basically like, look at me now, stardom video. Look at me now. Look at me now. Hey, I'm getting paper. The girl in the video is supposed to represent stardom. Now, don't take my word for this, but it's something you can run with. That's what I said! Sorry, I just read something that says, so basically they replaced the girl with an ostrich. Sorry, I'm reading something, like stuff is going across my computer. I should be looking at myself. Okay, but I'm just looking at notes I wrote here so I could do this. The girl is supposed to represent stardom, okay? and like I said, don't really take my word for it, because really you have to go ask Block B. But this is something you can run with. People are just so quick to judge a video without actually trying to see what it's really about. Okay? There's always going to be symbolism, and there's always a meaning to the video, unless it's just one of those typical K-pop videos, okay? But, which usually involves be my girl, rock your world, la la la, oh, you look so yapda, I could be your oppa, type of things. Yeah, I do totally agree that the group should stop doing the whole stalker, objectifying women type concepts. Yes, it's creepy, it's weird, and it's annoying. There's actual symbolism behind Block B's like criminal records, okay? And not only did they kidnap this girl who's supposed to represent stardom, they kidnapped her, they made fun of her and whatnot, they joked around with her, and they were basically showing her how great their life was going to be, or how great their life is now that they're no longer with stardom. And that's why, you know, they were giving her the clothes and they were like roller skating with her, because they were just like, look how great it is, and look how much fun we're having because you're not here. Yeah. Basically, and they were showing her how they were enjoying their success and slowly but surely overcoming all their hardships. And at the end, the girl like flips them off, because of course she's like, of course it was after all the things she did to her, like Park Young throwing a knife at her and just, yeah, chasing her and like giving her such a hard time and stuff. But basically saying stardom, like saying like, yeah, sure, whatever. That covers Jackpot. Now to make a quick meaning of Nalina and stuff like that. Okay, Nalina was to represent tension between stardom and Block B. That's what Nalina was about. And I'm not going to really go in like deep detail, because I go in deep detail if you go back and look at my 7:30 video. The Nilily Mambo video was about them trying to get their money back from Scardom, because they scarred Block B, from stardom. And so the diamonds were supposed to represent the money that they needed that they weren't getting. And that's why when they got the case and it was empty and there was nothing in there, and people were like, oh my gosh, what the crap, what are you gonna do? That video is supposed to represent them trying to get their money that they deserve, that they were not getting. Anyways, that was No Lily Mambo, and Very Good was them going to get their money. They were not playing. They're about to leave stardom, so they're about to go get their money. That Very Good is about the transition period between the transition of Block B moving from stardom to 7 seasons. That's my quick symbolism for those videos. So, naturally, if there was symbolism in that one, her is symbolic, but not as symbolic, because it's a new Block B and they're with a new company. When the teaser picture came out, people tore it up and thought it was going to be cutesy. I was like, what if it's not going to be a cutesy video at all? What if it's not going to be cutesy at all? And so, after that came out, the first teaser came out, and people were like, oh, this is about to be one of those concepts where where 7 guys stalk the girl and she's not gonna want them, and they're gonna be trying to come for her panties, and she's not having it. She's not having it. And people are already tearing up the video. I'm like, the MV hasn't even come out. And did you see the girl? Did you see the girl in the video? She probably was the ostrich. If you go and look at the lyrics, or I just watched the lyric video, the song is about, the MV is random. The only symbolism I can think that probably was a real thing. Look, I would have to go back and watch the video a couple more times. But the only real symbolism, I think, when people put animals in MVs, those are always symbolic, okay? So in this one, they have an ostrich. And what an ostrich stands for is like truth and justice. So right there, Zico is rapping about how, girl, you don't need no, got that, the whole, you don't need no makeup. You're beautiful without it. These guys be trying to come for you and your panties, girl. But don't you give him your number. You know, they're saying don't fall for these type of guys because they only care about how you look, and that's not all you are. You are beautiful just the way you are. So they try to change you, girl. They try to make you something you're not. And so don't fall for those people. Come for me. Come to my arms. I'm all yours. I will give you my everything. I love you just the way you are, type of thing. I did mention that the ostrich represented truth and justice. So that means, you know how Zico was hanging around the ostrich or whatever while he was rapping and stuff? It was supposed to like establish the significance or signify like how much he meant what he was saying. Today my rant was just about get off Block B's case about it. It's not everybody, but those people who want to jump on top of stuff, already judge stuff, people talking about they were going to sleep on a comeback. I would try to find out what something means before I go and judge it and say, oh, they're doing these stupid concepts. Because sometimes in K-pop, you get these reoccurring concepts that get, oh my god, boring. You're like, yes, you're fine. Yes, you're hot. Oh my gosh, that high note. But then with Block B, that makes them have some sense of individuality from other random K-pop groups. And in this case, there was no criminal thing going on. There wasn't none of that crime stuff going on. This was Block B telling you that you're beautiful and that you're a masterpiece and you're not lacking anything, and these average girls out here, they can't compare to you, girl, because these basic cannot compare to you, girl. These basics out here don't have nothing on you, girl. So, or guy, because I know there are boy BBCs. Before you like try to judge something, try to like see why people do certain concepts and stuff. Because it's just this wasn't really about all this going on, but this was more about somebody coming at Block B and saying stuff like, I'm sick of them doing concepts like this. And I'm like, do you even understand why they're doing it? You don't really think Block B would come out here and try to promote crime, do you? Especially after her comeback, do you really think they would try to come out here and like promote kidnapping girls and robbing from banks and stealing and stuff like that? Do you really think they would come out here and like try to promote that kind of thing? Sometimes, yes, Korea is doing this or doing racist things here, or yes, they are doing like objectifying things here, but that's not what it is all the time. Okay? It's just they're trying to make a point. So see what point they're trying to make first. Okay. Back to me. You need to make sure, or at least think about why people did that in the video. Take some time, and figure out what this video may mean. I just want to say that I ain't trying to run no drama. I don't want to take a man, and I know I'm coming off just a little bit conceited. I keep on feeling off this energy, but I'm trying to. Okay. I just want to say, what was I gonna say? Yeah, the thing about the Coup d'etat video, I recommend that you go watch Taemin Jin Jongki's Coup d'etat reaction, and they will explain that video to you. This rant didn't actually go how I thought it would go, but Thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you